Hello, dear students. Your unit tests are over and I hope they went well. Before your unit test, we had started with chapter 15, Government. We had completed one session and I had asked you to repeat it once again. So now, I hope you have done that and let's continue with this chapter. But still, let's do a quick recap of what we had studied in the previous video. Now, before starting with the types of governments, we had started when do we hear about government? We get to know about government from newspapers or on radio or when the elders are discussing about it. Just as the elders run the home, the government runs the nation. And in different countries, there are different kinds of government. In India, which is the largest democracy with the maximum number of voters, we have the democratic type of government, and this government works keeping the constitution, following the constitution in mind. We have studied about the constitution last year. I hope you remember that. So, keeping the constitution in mind for nation, reformation and implementation is done by the government, the bodies of government, the executive, legislature and judiciary. So they all work for the nation in India because India is a democratic nation. Now, in our country, which is a country of diversity, it's very difficult to manage the nation from one place. So, at various levels, the government operates. We have local government that takes the charge of village or city, the state government which takes the charge of entire state, and the central government that takes the charge of entire nation. At all these levels, there is formation and implementation of rules. They make sure that the law and order is maintained everywhere in the nation. Now, democratic system has been adopted in our nation, but with the type of governance, there are various other systems as well. So basically there are three types of government. There are many more, but they come below that. So the first is the democratic government, the government that we have. Various other countries also have democratic government. What happens in democratic government that we elect a representative. The person who will be part of the government, we choose them by voting. The government is formed by the winning candidates, the candidates who have the majority of the votes. Now, this government functions keeping the public in the center. All the rules and regulations, all the laws are made keeping the public in mind. They are not made for individual people, but for the public. And government at various levels is also formed through elections. It's not just that only for the top level the elections are held, but for all the levels, the government is formed through election. And chief minister or prime minister is elected by the elected representative. And there are two types of democracy. One is presidential democracy and the other is parliamentary democracy. In India, we have parliamentary democracy. The tenure is also fixed in this government. Just like India, we have the tenure of 5 years. After that, again elections are held and new candidates are chosen. In democracy, the protection and promotion of human rights, that is foremost principle. It's the most important principle, and all the activities of government are done keeping the all around development and rights of the people. So, in government, as given, there is power to the people, and we have also studied the meaning of democracy. So, in democratic government, it is the government which is of the people, by the people, and for the people. After revising democratic government, let's revise communist government. Communist government, we have the examples of China, North Korea, or Cuba. What's the main principle of communist government, that it believes in a classless society. Partiality is not done, but still all the people of the country are considered similar. The importance of equality or similarity is given to all. So sometimes what happens, that the government is formed through election, but then the chosen candidate, he becomes a dictator or the monarch, or like he's the king of the nation, and he then changes the laws and makes it like he will be the ruler for long time or till he dies. These kind of things can also be seen in communist government. But how the working is done, the ruler is another person, but besides him all other are same, and they all are considered to be economically equal. Like there is no rich or poor. Sometimes the poor need to be given some extra benefits, but they all are equal. Their ideological or intellectual ability is also considered equal. So based on that, their pay scale or all such things, the total working, the total administration and governance is done in this way in communist government. This kind of government, this ideology of communism is also known as leftist ideology or Daberi ideology. In Gujarati, it's called Dabu. Left means Dabu. So, Daberi ideology. So, after studying democracy and communism, let's study about monarchy. We have studied about monarchy, like the kings or queens were ruling, but those kind of kingdoms were not just earlier. In today's era as well, we have some countries which have the monarchy type of government. Monarchy means that one person, that monarch, king or queen, governs as a ruler. But as they are ruler, they are ruling the country. The title of the ruler is inherited. Inherited, they get that from their family. So people do not have right to choose their ruler. It's obviously fixed that the next generation will be the ruler, and ruler takes the decision keeping himself in the center. All the rules and regulations are in democracy are made for the public, but in monarchy they are made for that particular individual, and that decision is considered final. In democracy we can fight against it, we can make certain cases, or that no one can rule in democracy, but in monarchy they are ruling and what they say is final. And here what the emphasis is placed on the well-being and convenience of ruler rather than people. What the monarch wishes, that is considered more important than the general public. Here sometimes elections are also held, but they are for namesake. They are just for showing that elections are held, but still it's always the monarch in the end. Now that was the revision what we have already studied. Let's continue with the chapter. The values of democracy. Which are the principles of democracy? Which are the core values of democracy? We have studied that in democratic government, it functions at all the levels, like at local level, state level, and national level. But all these functions are done for, all that working is done for the upliftment of standard of living of the people. The people, their lifestyle, their well-being should be uplifted. That should be keep on improving. And people and their needs are the main priority. What people need, that is kept in mind while planning for the future. If they are making any new rules, if they are making any upcoming projects are there, all these things are done for the people, and their necessities are kept in mind, are kept in center while planning for the future in democracy. And the candidates which we have chosen, the current government, they work so that people cast vote in their favor. If we want the current government to be repeated for the next tenure of 5 years, this current government has to work accordingly. what they have said they have to fulfill. That progress should be seen. So the government governs so that the people cast vote in their favor. Democratic values are preserved on the basis of constitution. We have studied about the constitution, which was made by the committee held under the leadership of Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar. So all those values are preserved on the basis of constitution, and the importance is given to the development and well-being of the people in democracy. That is the value of democracy, that people's development should be there, and the government must make plans and schemes to ensure equality, not just of particular state or just particular region or city or higher class or society, but equality all over, security and convenience to everybody, of all the people of the nation. Government and laws. Now we have studied that one of the main function of government is the framing of laws. It is the work of government. We have studied last year that the legislative body makes the laws and the executive body makes sure that those laws are implemented. All these laws are made for the people of the nation, not just the non-government body, but all the citizens as well as the government. Various laws have important place for the working of government. How a particular body should work. There are laws made even for that. Government has power to amend laws along with their implementation. To amend means to make changes. Whenever needs arise, government also changes the laws. People can challenge the government laws. Various laws are made and formed, and if the citizens of the nation are not happy with it, not just about happy, or if they think that this law is not just, they can challenge it and the government has to change it. We know that there is the judiciary body, the district court, that high court, supreme courts. So people can seek cooperation of courts for their rights and against injustice done to them, not just with other citizens but also against government. There are courts to fight cases against government. When people feel that the law or procedures of the government are not implemented properly, they can raise their voice in the government. When the government is not working properly, they can also raise their voice in court and file a case against them. And the government works, there is a different body of judiciary that works on it. The court may suggest or order the government for various issues wherever the need is felt. For example, recently the rule was passed by the Maharashtra government to clear the RA forest area for the metro. But when people filed a petition, there were protests made. They filed a case in the court, and the final judgment was that the RA forest will be kept as it is. It won't be cleared. So this way the government also suggests or orders the government. The court orders the government, and the changes are made whenever the need is felt. So with this, the explanation of the chapter gets over. We will start with the exercises in the next class.